Уважаемые коллеги, партнеры, добрый день. Меня зовут Евгений, я заместитель директора туристической фирмы «Байкал Комплекс». И сегодня хочу познакомить вас с нашим регионом и нашим туристическим продуктом. Для начала давайте посмотрим короткий видео. Слышно? Добрый день еще раз.
Good afternoon once again.
Туристический оператор Байкал Комплекс.
Here I represent the tour operator Baikal Complex and the region of Baikal in Siberia.
Настоящий феномен нашей планеты.
Baikal is a unique phenomenon
Больших озер.
on planet Earth. This is one of the deepest, it is the deepest and one of the largest lakes in the world. Its length is about 600 kilometers. Its depth is 1.5 kilometers. Furthermore, Baikal is one of the most beautiful lakes in the world with very pure and translucent water. Our climate is severe continental climate, which means that we have a fairly hot summer and a cold winter.
Ниже нуля.
Since the temperature is below zero in winter, Baikal freezes every year, and the width of the ice is 1 meter or more.
Байкал расположен в самом середине нашей
Baikal is located in the heart of Russia.
железной дороги из Москвы до Владивостока.
If you take a railway from Moscow to Vladivostok, Baikal is almost in the middle. Our region is far away from our western borders, from the western borders of Russia, and it is characterized with stability and a friendly
Корея,
atmosphere. We have Mongolia, China, Kazakhstan, and Korea next to us.
наш родной город Иркутск находится всего
This is our home city, Irkutsk, which is only a 1 hour's trip from the city of Baikal. Irkutsk is a beautiful city which is rich in history, and there are a lot of routes to Baikal which start here. in Irkutsk. And we have an international airport with domestic and international flights. And we have guests from Moscow, St. Petersburg, Vladivostok, Khabarovsk. And we also have airplanes from or flights from other countries. Right now it's Mongolia and Thailand, but I hope that in the near future we will have flights from other countries. So far, unfortunately, we don't have direct flights from India. Starting from the middle of the 1990s, we have been organizing various tourist routes on Lake Baikal and on the Trans-Siberian Railway from Moscow to Vladivostok, Ulaanbaatar and Beijing. Our tourists are from all over the world, and we work both with groups and with individual tourists. One of our leading partners is Sundowns Oliveland from Australia, a tour operator, and we also work with colleagues from India. Since we live next to Baikal, our tourist programs mostly involve Lake Baikal. Baikal Complex implements a wide variety of tourist programs, from family vacations to extreme tours. We offer all types of visits to museums, we ensure visa support, we provide accommodation, and in Irkutsk we provide guest houses or 4+ star hotels. We have our own mini hotel on Lake Baikal. The winter on Baikal is a new tourist trend. Lake Baikal has a simply fantastic ice. The best time to visit Lake Baikal is in winter, from the end of February to March. In these days, it's very sunny, and the temperatures in daytime are about -10 degrees Celsius. We offer very sightseeing and educational tours. We offer trips on the ice on Hivus and quad bike tours and ice walking tours. You can also ride sleds. In summer, it is very sunny on Baikal, and the best time for traveling there in summer is from May to October. The temperature varies from 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, and we offer various excursions, walking or boat tours, railroad tours around Baikal, tours to Olkhon Island, and so on. So the prices also vary a lot. For example, a 2-day tour with accommodation on Irkutsk and visiting Baikal with all the excursions and transfers costs about $320 for 2 tourists. Thank you very much, and we are looking forward to seeing you on Lake Baikal and looking forward to cooperating with you.
Good afternoon, dear Indian colleagues. Namaskar. I'm happy to welcome you here on our live stream. I do hope to show you Sakhalin and the Kuril Islands in the coming 2 years. This is the most distant region for the tourism. However, we have been dynamically developing ourselves, and we have a doubled inflow of tourists every year. Let's do it like that. First of all, I would like to show you a 3-minute video, and after that, I am going to briefly describe to you the major Sakhalin sites and signature places. Well, colleagues, welcome back. We have 10 more minutes for me to tell you some nuances of how to travel to our wonderful region for your tourists. The Sakhalin Island is an island made up of 87 islands. The biggest one is the Sakhalin itself. Well, we have a very interesting feature for the tourists. The Kuril Islands, and the biggest one of the Kuril Islands is Iturup with 20 volcanoes. Some of them are active. We also have we often include Kunashir Island in our tour curriculum with 4 active volcanoes. You can see it on the map. The Sakhalin is the largest island of the Sakhalin Oblast or region, and a little bit to the east-south is Kunashir Island, which is located just 20 kilometers away from the Hokkaido of Japan. And during the guided tour, you will be able to see Japan from the Kunashir shores. Well, our trip starts on the Sakhalin Island. You fly into the Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk airport. Next spring, we are going to launch a new international terminal, so Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk will be a transit hub for a big number of international flights. The Sakhalin Islands has quite a lot of sightseeings. The Devil's Bridge and Witch's Bridge, which are abandoned places from the times when Japan was in control of the Sakhalin Islands before World War II. The major maybe site of the Sakhalin Island is that Aniva lighthouse, again abandoned, quite tall, built in the southmost part of the Sakhalin Island, and it is a must-do point to visit on the Sakhalin. There are also lots of wonderful places on the shores of Sakhalin, Cape Giant and Ptichi, and pretty good rocks and stones. Another unique place is the Yusei Lake, which is a lagoon connected with the sea, with a big number of flora and fauna underwater, as well as a great deal of delicious seafood. The largest oysters are there, and you can freely grab them during the guided tour to our island. Over 230 waterfalls are available on the Sakhalin Island. Quite nice, and you will be able to see it for yourself. And the most popular Kuril Island chain is Iturup. You can go there by plane 1 hour, or you can go there by a ferry boat. It's about 18 to 20 hours from the Sakhalin mainland. The Iturup Island has 20 volcanoes, 9 active. And some of them you can see, and you can just go on top of some of them. And visit hot springs of those volcanoes. This is a very beautiful island. You can visit 3 thermal spa facilities during your visit. Unique black and white rocks where the Japanese squadron went off to attack a Pearl Harbor. So this is a historic site, I would say. The lava field of Yankito Bay, and the lava fields after eruption of volcanoes. So it's pretty, I would say, pretty popular to visit during the boat excursions and everything. Well, the Naransky volcano is a place where a hot river goes out, and it reaches a temperature at a certain point where you can bathe in that hot water with a temperature of 43 degrees Celsius. There are specially organized crates or bowls, and there is a cafe as well where you can have a teacup. The bay is very beautiful because the volcano went underwater, 8-kilometer bay, and this is a nice place to be. The second popular island of the Kuril chain is the Kunashir Island. It also features a lot of nice places, rocks and fumaroles, and where hot gases are coming out. I mean, they're coming out from the volcano through certain holes. And the depth in calderas with two lakes, the hot and cold ones. And a very nice sort of pole shape of rocks. This is the result of the volcanic lava that came in, that had a contact with water. For international tourists, we have two tours. One is for Sakhalin and Iturup, 9 days in total, 4 days on Sakhalin and 5 days on Iturup. 5 days are quite enough to visit all possible sites in Sakhalin Island. And the second type of tour is Sakhalin, Iturup and Kunashir, where you get into Iturup, then a ferry boat one night to the Kunashir Island, and then another 5 days on Kunashir, and 2 or 3 guided tours there, and you will be visiting all the places. Here you can see our contact details. We can organize a meeting. I will provide you more detail about the Sakhalin Island. Please write to our email address, and you can see it here as well as our website. We will be happy to see you there in our region. Welcome and swagat.
Hello, dear colleagues. I'm happy to welcome you here at our today's event. My name is Ayselo, and I represent the company Profi.Travel. We have been working on the tourism market since 2020, and today, as part of our online exhibition, I would like to tell you about our beautiful Republic of Tuva. Tuva is one of the most picturesque regions of Russia. Here we have mountains, steppes, deserts, and the taiga. It's located in the very heart of Asia, surrounded by the Altai Mountains, close to the border with Mongolia. The Republic of Tuva is well known not just for Russians but also for foreigners. Our territory is a very particular world where shamans and Orthodox Christianity live together. Our nature is amazing with its sheer scale. The visit around the region starts in the capital of the region. The city is surrounded by the magnificent mountains, so it's impossible to get there by train, only by plane or by road. We have an airport which has flights from several Russian regions such as Moscow and Irkutsk. The airport is located within 6 kilometers away from the capital, so it only takes 15 minutes. Kizil was founded in around 1500, and then the name was changed when the Red Army gained a victory over the White Guards. The city is pretty small, but it's very interesting. On the shore of the river Yenisei, there is a natural park which shows one of the main symbols of the Republic. It's an obelisk depicting the earth, and there is also a spire with a reindeer on the top, and there is also a fountain with 12 different animals from the Buddha calendar, from the Buddha horoscope. It was created by the Shimandakov in 2014. Next to it there is another bronze sculpture by the same author, and there is also a picture of hunting by the Tsar and his wife, which was found when the burial Mount Kazan II was researched. Our company does a lot of individual and group tours. Starting from 2020, our company won the grant of the Russian Federation for Russian tourism, and we created a recreational glamping tourism in the open nature close to a very beautiful lake where you will be able to enjoy the crystal clear air of the Siberian taiga. You will be able to hike or do some horse riding. There is also active recreation on the water. There is surfing. It is also possible to make some barbecues and have cultural and entertainment events. Furthermore, we have a branded tourism route in the Hemsky district. In the very center of the Tuva foothills, there is a deer breeding farm to run. A weekend tour will give you a unique opportunity to visit a picturesque place located on the most beautiful mountain with steppe massifs, where you can see deer freely grazing in the meadows. For general wellness, you can take An antler bath from natural raw materials. During the planned cutting of antlers, an antler bath is prepared at the request of the tourist. You can see the whole process with your own eyes. We also offer souvenirs and products of mineral farming, such as the Turan tonic balm, which has an extract from antlers of deers, and it also has bottled artesian water from the well, and also the meat of the deer. Furthermore, Tallinsky district of the Republic of Tuva is a unique natural site which is famous for its picturesque landscape. It is very diverse, it has a very diverse climate, and there are beautiful landscapes and unique natural monuments. It is also rich with flora and fauna. And there is also the famous fresh lake Chagitai. It's famous for fishing and medicinal salt lakes. Furthermore, the main tourist route is Burkan Izi. It's called the footprint of the Buddha. It's considered to be the footprint of 1 foot or 2 feet of the Buddha. There are two forms, natural, as usual in stone or rock, or artificially created. And experts believe that this is a very unique relic which shows the canonic representation of the Buddha. In Tuva, we have ecotourism, ethnic and cultural tourism, and also medical and environmental tourism. Furthermore, in Tuva, we have a special architectural center which is located 46 kilometers away from the capital. It's located on the shore of the river Yenisei, where it's really very comfortable. And there are special igloos which depict the universe. Each igloo is modeled after a certain planet. And furthermore, there is a restaurant, a sauna, and the Russian bath or banya. Here you can also watch some national presentations and festivals and taste the Tuva cuisine. On the west of the Tuva Republic, 26 kilometers away from Kizil, there is also a live musical festival. For more than 20 years, musicians from all over the planet have been coming to the Republic of Tuva to burn the bonfire of friendship and start this open festival. Along with music, there are also 2-hour rituals. There are also horse riding events, shows, popular dances, and festivals. And we have another large-scale event. In summer, we have the National Festival of Animal Breeders. In January, February, we have a national religious festival, which is considered to be the local New Year. It's a magnificent view. You can participate in a lot of competitions and watch some popular dances. And we also have our state natural preserve. This is part of the Russian Mongolian historical UNESCO heritage site, where there are hundreds of burial mounds which have not been explored yet. Depending on the purpose of your visit, you have boats, you have the possibility to do kayaking, and Furthermore, if you are interested in flora and fauna, you would like to go to
Многие посещают
this
Туво только ради рыбалки.
sandy
Только
area.
ради рыбалки реки,
Furthermore, it's
то
also
затем
very
он
interesting to
сразу
fish here.
поедет,
We
половит рыб
have
и,
beautiful
конечно же,
rivers
красивых.
here
Не
where
оставит
the
вас ни
fishing
один
is
слой.
very
Будет
interesting. And of
бесконечно
course,
сможете
there's the
получить
Yenisei River.
впечатление от
And when
лесного
you get to the
бездорожья
place,
или
you will be
рафтинга.
able
Сможете не
to
только
do some
отдохнуть, но и
rafting,
добыть хариуса,
and you
мента,
will be able to
оленя.
have a great
Пляжная и озерная
vacation,
рыбалка
and
на
you will
окунь и
catch
щуку.
beautiful
И еще
big
Тува регион
fish.
охотников. В
And there
зависимости
is
от
also the
желаемой
hunters
добычи
region.
вам организуют охоту на
Tuva is
медведя,
a great
кабана,
region for
морала,
hunters.
лося,
You can
осетра,
hunt the
пустых
bear,
и жидких
the
животных и
reindeer, the
беспернатых дичь.
elk, and
Что
a lot
можно
of other
попробовать? У
animals
нас
and birds.
гастрономические туры тоже
You can
есть. Местную
also
кухню
taste a lot
наша
of local
довольно
cuisine.
специфична
The
и
Tuva
подойдет
cuisine is very
не для
specific,
каждого желудка.
very
В
special.
основном
It does
рацион
not
жителей
suit
состоит
every
из мяса,
stomach.
крупы и молочных
The
продуктов.
locals mostly eat meat
Традиционный
and
наш
consume
чай– это
dairy
чай для
products.
азиатских
Our
народов и стоит
traditional tea
в основном зеленый чай с молоком и
is
медом.
mostly for Asian people.
Всех наших
It
гостей
has
приглашайте в нашу прекрасную
milk
республику
and
Тува.
salt.
Здесь
And we are looking
всплывает
forward
всех
to
трав, которые вы
welcoming
обычно
you in
видите в
our beautiful
материалах,
Republic of
заканчивается.
Tuva.
Наши фишки в республике Тува– это
We have lots of
экологический
interesting things
район,
here.
заповедники,
Our region
минеральные
is
источники, соленые озера,
very environmentally
этнические
friendly.
города,
We have
исторические
beautiful
места,
lakes. We
рафтинг,
have
охота и рыбалка. И,
ethnic
конечно же, ночные
special
церемонии.
features, and you can
Спасибо
also
за
enjoy
внимание.
rafting,
Передаю слово
kayaking,
следующему спикеру.
and our national cuisine. Thank you.
Здравствуйте, уважаемые коллеги, посетители выставки. Меня зовут Анна.
Hello,
Я
dear
представляю
guests.
туроператора Profi.Travel из
My name is Anne Haq, and I
мероприятие
represent the company Sai Honash Travel. My colleague already told you about our republic. The Republic of Tuva is part of the Russian territory, and it has a border with Mongolia.
Tuva.Travel. Мы на рынке
Tuva.Travel
туроператоров России с 2016 года.
is on the market of Russian tour operators starting from 2016, and we have been working with tourists from abroad exclusively. During all those years, we have welcomed tourists from all the nooks and crannies of the earth, from different countries of the world, and we have a huge experience of organizing travel.
Мы организуем
For visitors from many different countries, we organize group tours, VIP tours, individual tours, MICE tours.
делаем акцент во время путешествий на
We also make a focus
тувинцев.
on the traditional everyday life of Tuva residents.
Мы организуем этнографические туры,
We
событийные
organize
туры,
ethnographic tours,
туры
event tours,
шаманские, культурные туры,
shamanic tours,
вип-туры,
cultural tours, VIP tours,
бизнес-туры, майс-туры.
business tours,
Также
mice
у нас
tours,
имеется опыт в
and
организации
we also have
съемок
experience
документальных фильмов, то есть мы
in
работали в качестве
organizing
фиксеров
shooting
даже для
documentary films, and
компании
we've been
Red
working
Bull,
as
когда
fixers
они снимали
even
фильм
for the
для
company
Соединенных
Red
Штатов
Bull
Республики.
when it filmed a movie on the territory of our republic.
Эм, э, Во время наших туров мы
During our
выбираем
tours,
лучшие локации,
we
которые
have
находятся
been
на территории
selecting the best
республики. У нас
locations
профессиональная
on
команда,
our
то есть
territory. We have a professional team,
профессиональные водители,
a
профессиональные
professional driver,
гиды-проводники.
professional
Также во время
drivers,
туров мы
professional
предоставляем
guides,
услуги
and furthermore, during our
профессиональных
tours, we offer
шеф-поваров
the services
ресторанных,
of
которые
professional chefs
адаптируют
from
традиционные кухни
restaurants
под
who
вкусы
adapt the
наших
traditional
гостей.
cuisine to the
Туры
tastes
очень
of our
насыщены
guests.
разнообразными
Our
событиями,
tours are very
разнообразными
diverse. There
активностями.
are a lot of different activities and events.
Э, С нами вы можете окунуться в ежедневный быт кочевников. От
Together
тропического
with us,
пояса
you
Намибии
can
до
really
Сахалина
plunge into the
сегодня
everyday
считается
life
одним
of
из
nomadic
немалых
people
уголков на
and
планете, где
explore such a
шаманизм
phenomenon as
сохранился в его
shamanism.
первоначальном виде и все
Shamanism
еще
is
эксплуатируется.
restored, is preserved in our
И
republic in
одна
its
из
original
ведущих практик
form.
республики — это горловое пение, которое
And we also have
делало
some
Туву широко
throat
известной на весь
singing,
музыкальный
which
мир.
made Tuva really famous all over
Потрясающая
the world.
природа с
We
разнообразными
have
ландшафтами
fantastic
и
nature
очень
with very diverse
древняя,
landscapes,
интересная
and we
культура.
also have a very interesting ancient culture.
Сегодня я хотела бы вам представить
Today, I would like
тур,
to introduce
который
to you
является бестселлером за все
a
годы
tour
нашей работы.
which is a
Мы его
bestseller
разработали и выбрали
during all the years that we have been working. We have chosen all the best locations and activities and put it in this tour. Everything that our guests most liked.
Данный тур продолжительностью 15 дней, 14 ночей.
This tour lasts 15 days or 14 nights, and it goes on from June till August.
Этот тур мы можем адаптировать, то есть мы можем его менять.
We can adapt this tour. We can change things in this tour. We can adapt it to different seasons. The group size can be from 2 to 20 people, and this tour does not require any special physical training. During the 2-week tour, you will get acquainted with a real Tuvan shaman, and a shaman will guide you through the most well-known sacred places of this ancient belief that are located in the territory of the Republic. This is going to be a unique and a very authentic experience, during which you will be able to enjoy most completely the culture and the traditional everyday life of the Tuvan people. Today, Tuvan people are still nomadic. They still live in kinds of igloos, and they breed many different animals such as sheep, goats, and even exotic animals such as deer, bisons, and even two-humped camels.
This is because the Republic features different type of landscapes and steppe, tundra, and even a desert with sandy dunes. What else can I say about our Republic? As an attraction point for you, I would like to offer the top element of our tour, which is a live performance. And this is professional musicians, world-renowned musical bands, and we even have those who have Grammy Awards, you know? So, especially for our guests, we organized a 1-hour concert. So that's what we can do. This performance, folk music, I mean, has always been an event during the guided tour that is left for a long time in the hearts and memories of our guests, and that gives a very good feedback, I would say. What else is worth mentioning? I would like to call it the archaeological Mecca, I mean the Tuva Republic, because we have a lot of archaeological sites and monuments of various ages and centuries, and we have a kingdom valley where there are hundreds of hills or small hills that overturned the history of the archaeology world. They were left by Scythian tribes in our steppe. The Arjan II hill that you can see on the right side picture, more than 20 kilos of fine worked gold pieces were found, and some of them are shown in Moscow museums. However, most of them are stored and displayed in the Republic of Tuva, and you can visit this kingdom or King's Valley. You will be able to familiarize yourself with this Arjan II hill. It's like a burial hill, and in the museum itself you will be able to see those golden items. As far as the farms are concerned, where we grow goats and sort of Tuva reindeer, I'm not going to speak about that in detail because our colleague excuse me, already told you about that, and we include that location in our guided tours. The next one is a lake, which is called Azaz. It is situated in the Toju district of Tuva. And why is it famous? It's a beautiful freshwater lake on the Tuvan territory. And why is it famous? This district is famous for its herders, animal herders who grow reindeer. Tuvan reindeer herders live here. They have teepee houses that looks like a cone, and the American Indians also live in similar teepee, houses or yurts, and it is already proven that genetically American Indians are next of kin of Tuvan herders. So we have recreational time on the shore of that lake, and we can also visit a special spa place. We have 80% of mountains in the Tuva Republic, and there are lots of good and healthful lakes, as well as mineral springs. Most of them are cold mineral springs. We also have hot ones as well, with mineral water. This is the southern part of Tuva. This is a district bordering with Mongolia. That's where this famous Uksunur lowland is concerned, which is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. And that district can also be visited, and we will be able to see interesting locations, sacred mountains, and you can see camels, and also climb a real sandy dunes. This is one of the Saint Hills on that Arjan district bordering Mongolia. And these are saint sites, the so-called sites of power. We have shamans and we have rituals with them. These are sandy dunes. A shaman they do the purification procedure, and this is the Audenbulak yurt complex that my colleague has mentioned. We can stay here in yurts. They can be economy class, 7 beds, and VIP yurts, for 2 persons. There is a restaurant and all possible conditions that you need, so the infrastructure is there. All yurts are heated, they have a shower and a restroom. This is one of the central Tuvan Saint Mount Hyrakan. It is visited by shamans every year, and Dalai Lama the 14th has visited it back in 1992, and he said that it was really a place of power. Nomads, one of the nomads is shown on the picture. We stay in nomad places for a couple of days for our guests to fully immerse in the traditional life of the Tuvan people, to see their daily routine and take part in their cooking traditional food. And we have traditional spirit drink made up of milk, nothing else is added. So we and our tourists, we learn how to prepare that traditional drink. We have other traditional drinks as well, and we do them. We learn how to do it from the nomads. They show it to us, and then we drink it all together during lunch and dinner time. Well, this is how it looks like on pictures. We have such alpine fields, and I would say that we can do horse riding. Everything is very authentic, and we can stay away from that urban, hectic life, and we could spend quite a good, I would say, relaxation or information detox from anything that we are get tired in our cities. Clean air, clean water, springs, alpine, meadows, and mountains. What else can be desired today in our world, which is not very serene and safe? For you to get back on track, to restore your power, to feel better, to be filled up with energy, and to live the next year normally. Well, as far as cuisine is concerned, we are certainly going to taste the most delicious traditional meals of our cuisine. Our meat is very pure in terms of environment, but we have adapted our cuisine to the needs of our visitors, because our cooks can do anything you want in line with the canons of good and healthy nutrition. Lots of fresh vegetables and fruit, and good nutrition is good life, and we're trying to do our best to do that during all our tours. No matter where are you going, which place you're going to visit, in the middle of the steppe or outside on the mountains, our cooks would treat you restaurant class food. We have also separate vegan and vegetarian food cooks. We are always meeting our friends halfway. During the tour, most of our tours, we are going to have a Mercedes or Ford Transit minivans, and only 3 days of our tour, we are going to use a Soviet type of all-terrain vehicles, UAZ, which is on the left side, smaller cross-country vehicles, 8 people capacity each, because the roads there are not very nice, and we need a 4x4 car. So that's the idea, and as far as accommodations are concerned, we are based in this capital city of Kyzyl at 3-star hotel, twin, separate room, and lakes Torehol, Azaz. We have tourist bases with wooden cabins, and we also have twin rooms there. The yurt complex you have already seen, and whatever is the nomadic camp is concerned, we are placed in authentic four-person rooms. Well, the price will be certainly a subject of for discussion, and we can customize it for you, because the price is dependent on the final locations that you are going to choose. Please be reminded that this curriculum includes major locations that we think are the best, for that they are the most beautiful ones, and the infrastructure for our guests to be able to have good accommodation, to be treated with food, and so on. So the program itself can be changed, you know. The configuration can be shorter, or we can take certain locations away, and the cost will depend on the number of tour visitors. And basically, our tours are inclusive of all transportation, all transfers, all museum tickets, and tourist vouchers, or the so-called tourist invitation, to be able to organize a visa for you if you need that, and shaman rituals, folk concerts, as well as accommodation. Full meals during the day, a liter of bottled water every day, professional cooks, all guided tours, as well as guide and interpreter services, as well as driving services. What is outside of the tour? This is the air or railway tickets, visa costs, medical insurance, as well as meals or drinks that are outside of the program, maybe some personal spendings, individual sessions, shaman consultations if we visit certain places. For horseback riding, they're not included in the tour. I mean, the lease of horses and baggage services, but all those things can vary, because we have VIP or individual tours where we include anything from the we agree upon all possible nuances, and we can organize a customized program for you. It takes time, but we have been trying to find the best option to satisfy the requirements of our customers, to apply the formula for the tour that would be ideal for you, that would have a tour which would be unforgettable. You know what I mean. Well, that's it. I wanted to tell you. You are welcome to you're welcome to have online networking. I will be happy to discuss all possible details with you. We are open for cooperation. We look for new partners in your wonderful country. I am sure that if it was interesting for you, we could talk in more detail and find possible lines of our cooperation that would be good for you and for us as well. The online meetings will be, I'll be talking English to you during that online networking, because without interpreters. So it's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. So, thank you very much. Dhanyavad and Khirmilege.
Hello, dear friends. My name is Vyacheslav. I represent the company Profi.Travel. We've been on this market for more than 3 years. Before that, I worked at other companies, and I have a rich experience guiding tourists. On the 23rd of December, I will be in India, Delhi, and then I will be in Barnas, and then I will go to Patna, and 10 days later I will go back to my country. And I hope I will be able to meet you in the real environment. So this is what I would like to show you today. We would like to offer you this tour, which is about hunting and fishing in the Republic of Tuva. And here on the photo you can see an example of fish that we were able to catch. Okay, here we have our main tour that we offer to all our guests. It's a very active tour which requires good physical training, good physical shape, because we go horse riding, and then we meet local residents, the people of Tuva, nomads, and we learn more about the life of nomads. And then we go rafting along the rivers of Tuva, and depending on your level we will choose you the best rafting route. There are some very complex routes for rafting where you can actually get the title of a sports master in rafting, or there are easier tours depending on your preparation. And those tours, this part of the program, can last from 1 to 3 days. During the last few days, day 6, day 7, maybe day 8, there will be some calmer part of the program. You can visit sacred places, places of power. Before you go back home, you can visit the most picturesque and beautiful places in our republic, the so-called places of power. You can see our guests on this photo. There were 4 of them, and they rode horses. All the horses are well trained and calm, and we guarantee your safety. Here on this photo you can see what places we are going to visit. This is a photo that we took in August, and there was some snow back then in the mountains, so these places are unique. And this is rafting. Our tourists have come from a quiet rafting tour, not very complicated, and this is one of the most famous rivers of Russia, the Yenisei River. During the rafting, during the horse riding tours and the jeep tours, we provide you with everything: the food, the accommodation. As for the food, I've been to many countries of the world, and I really love Indian cuisine. And I love cooking Indian national dishes. So if you come to see us, a friend of mine will cook for you what you prefer eating. And of course, you will get familiarized with the local cuisine. Here you can see another guest of ours who came from Moscow, and he went fishing, and this is what he got. This was a successful fishing. During the fishing, when we go a long distance, when we ride horses, we cook delicious food like nomads by using fires. In Tuva, there are a lot of waterfalls. Like in India, I know that there are very high waterfalls in India, and we also have our waterfalls in the Republic of Tuva. And our waterfalls are very, very clean. You can just take this water and drink it. This water is crystal clean, it's saturated with oxygen, and you will enjoy drinking it. So you need to come and visit us and enjoy our nature. During this travel, we are surrounded by wild nature. We can't get here by usual cars, so after the horse riding and the rafting, you will enjoy the wonderful and unique landscapes. So I really advise you to choose this comprehensive tour across the Republic of Tuva, where you will enjoy the most beautiful places. And here you have salmon, the meat, you have fish, and many people in Tuva like eating this. And of course, we take tourists not only in summer but also in winter. We take them around the year for fishing, for hunting. Our main season starts in May, it lasts the entire summer, and it finishes in the 15th of January. And after the 15th of January, it gets too cold, so it's better not to come here. So the best time is autumn and the beginning of winter. Okay? This is our 1000-star hotel. These little houses or tents are located high in the mountains, and it's very comfortable there, even if it's minus 10 degrees outside. You can have plus 25, plus 27 degrees inside. So these are the tents that we really recommend. You can enjoy the view, you can enjoy the sky. We have a lot of mountain land. So when we start our trip, we live in nice hotels, but the further we go, the closer we are to wild nature, the more we have tents like this. Next slide. So it's starting from $2,000 per person, and if there are more people, then there will be a discount. And that depends on the program that you will choose. You can choose just the fishing, or you can choose some other aspects of our program in our republic, so we can negotiate this separately. And most importantly, you can see my Indian telephone number here. And in winter, we use these vehicles, all-terrain vehicles. They can pass almost everywhere, maybe like Tatra in India. Dear friends, I hope that in December the 23rd, 24th, maybe 25th, we will be able to meet in person and speak in greater detail. Thank you. Goodbye.
Namaste, dear guests. Swagat from the Azimut hotel chain in Moscow. I'm going to tell you about a range of Russian Moscow hotels. We have 5 of them, Azimut hotels in Moscow, and I would like to describe you how you can enjoy yourself in the city of Moscow. We look forward to getting our Indian guests because we've had a lot of Indian visitors, but we're still waiting for you and look forward to receiving your groups at our hotels. So, one of the largest and biggest hotels in Moscow is Azimut City Hotel Olympics, 500 rooms, and the most important thing is that the hotel has been certified for Indian-friendly program. We have a dedicated options for our visitors catering at the hotel, which we know is very important to accommodate Indian tourist groups. Azimut hotels are located in good places. We can accommodate bigger groups in single or double rooms, and you can travel with your family. The Azimut Hotels is the biggest growing Russian hotel chain in Russia and a few European cities. Azimut City Olympics, this is the largest hotel at our network in Moscow. Again, nearly 500 rooms for recreation purposes. We have a swimming pool, we have a conference hall, and the hotel is adapted for family trips and for trips with children. This is an India-friendly hotel. We have certain certificates, and we have an authentic Indian cuisine restaurant. This is a big hotel with a large lobby, conference hall, and good breakfast opportunities. The next hotel I would like to mention with 474 rooms is Azimut City Hotel Smolenskaya in the very heart of Moscow, next to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Old Moscow and Moscow City aspect. The views are the best in the city, and I think that that's the best place to enjoy sights of Moscow from a bird's eye view. That hotel has halls, restaurants, and resting opportunities at our spa zone and the fitness center. The third hotel in our chain is Tulskaya Azimut Hotel. This is a smaller boutique hotel featured in the ex-Danilovskaya manufactory building. This is a historic building, only 144 rooms and one restaurant, with a little conference room for 90 persons. However, that hotel can receive groups and conduct events, and this is a good chance to stay in Moscow in a real historic building. That hotel has a press center. This is a smart concept hotel that is carried by Azimut Hotels. There is everything here for leisure and comfort of our guests. Next hotel is a new one, is Azimut Com City. It's going to be launched within a few weeks' time, located in the south of Moscow. 150 rooms, a conference hall, a good recreation area, restaurants. This is an eco-friendly concept. Green color, very organic furniture, and good to look at. Just a few more pictures on how it's going to look like in a few days. Weeks. Sorry. Big windows, comfortable rooms, and my colleagues are now doing anything they can to put that hotel on track. And this hotel is located not far from Vnukovo airport, just 15 minutes drive. And this is a good chance to stay there, to visit Moscow. You can visit other places as well because it's next to the airport, and you can fly back from the Vnukovo airport. The next hotel is Azimut Derbenevskaya. This is the only 3-star hotel in our chain in Moscow. Previous ones were 4-star hotels. Azimut Derbenevskaya is located in the downtown of Moscow next to Paveletskaya metro station. Big rooms, comfortable ones, classic style. The hotel is located 2 minutes walk from the Moscow River waterfront, and this is a good way to walk. Just a few pictures on how the hotel looks like, how big lobby is, and vast beds are there. We have double beds as well, or double room beds. We have suite and semi and luxe rooms. So we can find whatever you need across our hotels. We can offer you one night in one hotel, another night in the other hotel, to take a look at different locations of Moscow, to be able to make your curriculum to approximate the place you're going to live to the place you're going to work or have fun. I would like to thank you for your kind attention. Shukriya. We look forward to receiving our Indian colleagues. Moscow is improving with every passing day, and what was before the pandemic, well, it's gone. The city is even more beautiful than 2 years or 1 year ago. It's even more green. It's more opportunities opening up, and our hotels are developing. Just only this year, we have two new hotels, Azimut Derbenevskaya and Azimut.com City is coming on stream soon. So we hope that you will be happy. This is my contact details. I have a few meetings tomorrow and on Friday, and I will be more than happy to talk to you personally. I hope to have a good networking and future cooperation. I wish you all the best. Swagatam and Asvidar.
Hello, my name is Valentina. I'm a Chief Commercial Officer in the Zabuchi project and host theater. I'm glad to represent our project during Russia Expo days. The host theater, the Zabuchi project, and the host theater is a theater where there are no chair, and the scenery is the interiors of the best 5-star hotels. The theater was created to see, but it's more exciting to peep at the hotel rooms. That's why we have created a project where the main focus is on the great and memorable lost souls staying at the hotel in different times. Our mission is not to remove a theater wall, we just set a peephole in it. We do care to ensure the knowledge and the presence of our theatrical events in historically prominent places go along with the true hospitality and comfort. We launched as you see, we launched the project 3 years ago. And at that moment, we represent in 5 countries, such as Moscow, in 5 cities, such as Moscow, St. Petersburg, Sochi, Almaty, and Dubai. During this time, we have more than 25,000 happy guests from different cities and countries. We provide our excursions on Russian and English languages. Let me tell you about our formats. Excursions is a unique experience that combines the study of the richly detailed interiors of the hotels with the theatrical storytelling about facts that took place in these hotels. We have an interactive format for the guests, our guests included in the story of the building and the great lost souls who are staying at the hotels. We invite our guests to the special secret locations at the hotels that close for other people. Beverages, chief receptions, professional photo shooting, and memorable gifts are included in our program. We provide our excursions at the Hotel National and Hilton Leningradskaya in Moscow. National is the most legendary hotel in Moscow, located opposite the Kremlin, in the heart of Moscow. Hotel National has a history of more than 100 years. During our excursion, we will learn about the most exciting details of the hotel, visit Lenin room. We will meet the lost soul of ballerina Anna Pavlova and admire a unique Kremlin view from the balcony. Excursion in Hilton Leningradskaya, by the way, is the smallest but most rich in detail Stalin skyscraper. We will meet during our excursion. We will meet Mr. Polikov. He's an architect of the building. Explore the interiors of a symbol of the greatness of the Soviet Union. Pet the clones of the German trophy golden lionesses of the Reichstag. Also, we provide. Следующий слайд. Also, we provide theatrical events. A luxury themed evening in suite of 5-star hotels where we have private atmosphere. And the guest involves in the acting and become the part of the evening. We have exciting story, sing songs with our guests, dancing and performed with our guests. Unlimited bar with cocktails and set by the chef. Also, we have during this evening. We have different theatrical programs in Moscow, The Lost in Hollywood and The Lost Songs. The Lost in Hollywood, it's the theatrical program that takes place in the Hotel National. The Iron Curtain period atmosphere, the unique evening for the Moscow elite of the 50s. Hollywood film director and his wife came to Moscow to find new inspiration and faces for his future movie. We clear lines and carefully immerse each guest in a special atmosphere. Our guests become the part of this evening and become heroes of Hollywood film directors' movie. The Lost Song is a theatrical event that takes place in the Ararat Park Hyatt. It's also the private, theatrical event in private atmosphere, but the guests become the part of guests are going to welcome famous person with the music producer. Guests will be able to take part in the program, lovely dancing, have become a part of fashion show and singing famous songs. Such excursions and theatrical performance programs we have in St. Petersburg, in Almaty, and in Dubai. You can find my contacts. This is my contacts, and we will be glad to discuss cooperation in details. Thank you for attention.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lilia Golovanova. I'm the head of sales for Profi.Travel DMC, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. And I would like to thank, first of all, the Profi.Travel for this wonderful opportunity that was given to us and the chance to meet with our current partners and with the prospective partners. In the next 15 minutes, I would like to tell you a little bit about our company, the benefits of working with us, and the wonderful tours that we can offer to you and your guests. We've been on the market for more than 12 years, and we have a long-term experience with working with international guests. We work directly with all key hotel chains, museums, and we can offer you the most competitive prices. When we start working with our B2B partners, we always take into account the cultural uniqueness of our guests, and we work hand in hand to provide you with a unique tour itineraries that would benefit your guests. And what's the most important thing, I think, is that we are a team of professionals, the people who are passionate about their work. We always do our best so that your guests will feel at home in Russia and will return here. When your guests are here, we provide 24/7 support so that if they have any questions, they can directly contact us. And they will always find the answer to their questions. We work both with groups and individuals, with budget and VIP tours, and we also offer a full range of MICE services to you and your guests. We help you to find the business partners in Russia if that's needed. We provide separate services such as accommodation, transfers, interpreter services, and also visa support. When we speak about our company, I would like to say that today I'm connecting with you from snowy St. Petersburg, but that does not mean that we work in St. Petersburg only. We work in Moscow, in Golden Ring cities, Murmansk, Baikal, and Karelia, and all other key regions of Russia, so we can provide you tours in all those destinations. When you work with us, you get easy and secure payment process. I know that payments is a current issue, all the sanctions that were introduced, but we have a decision for that, and we work through our office in Uzbekistan. For those who would not like to work with Russian banks, that's another option that we offer. When working with us, you can be sure that your clients will be happy and that you will get the most outstanding reviews. For those partners that work with us long term and that bring the most number of groups, we provide special incentives. And we've been working with Indian clients for more than 7 years now, and we know what your clients need. We always choose the proper dining and lunch venues. We select only Indian-friendly hotels, and your guests are accompanied by highly professional English-speaking or, if needed, Hindi-speaking guides. We try not to overload them with all the information. Though in St. Petersburg and Moscow we have so many wonderful museums, we always try to manage that our tours are not only filled with cultural experiences that are museum experiences, but also with interactive experiences that bring them happiness and joy. We try to combine it with shopping activities, activities where they can meet the locals. We try to introduce as much gastronomy in our tours as possible. We would like to speak about winter season, and you know that Russia is the country of 4 seasons, so we have all the seasons here, and currently we entered the wonderful magical winter season. For winter, the most demanded tours of course, Moscow and St. Petersburg combo tour, where on a 7 or 8 day trip you can visit both cities and see the wonderful light festival. You can go figure skating. You can visit the wonderful theaters in St. Petersburg and Moscow, and enjoy all the festivities that we have in these cities. We also offer tours to Murmansk, and you can do Moscow and Murmansk combo, or St. Petersburg and Murmansk combo tours, as there's a direct flight from both Moscow and St. Petersburg to Murmansk, and it's only 2 hours flight. You can bring your guests to the wonderful area where they can witness aurora lights and all the winter festivities. They can go snowmobiling. They can witness the beautiful nature of Barents Sea. And when we work in this destination, we always take care about your guests and provide them with proper winter clothing. Another very popular area for the winter is Baikal. I know that you have already seen it today, and our colleagues presented it. It's a wonderful, magical destination where you can see the transparency of the ice on the Baikal Lake, witness these beautiful sunsets, and enjoy the snow as well. In Russia, we have a lot of wonderful striking festivals, and especially in St. Petersburg, you can witness in summer this beautiful festival for the graduates, the Crimson Sails Festival, the Classical Musical Night Festival, the Flower Festival. Whenever those festivals happen, we always try to incorporate them into our tours so that your guests could also be a part of these events. Also, I would like to mention that you can rent the palace interiors of our museums for your exclusive events, both for family and corporate events. And on the next couple of slides, you can actually see the events which were organized in the Catherine's Palace in Pushkin, or Tsar's Village. Tsar's Village is one of the exclusive venues where you can organize your corporate event, and they can also allow beautiful musical galas, exclusive dining, and these rooms can also be rented for the weddings. As you see, these are our guests from the previous events that have been organized in Tsar's Village in Catherine's Palace. The beautiful Amber Room is a wonderful background for the exclusive event. Other areas where we can organize the colors can be seen on this slide. On the right, you can see one of the rooms of the Hermitage Museum. As you know, the Hermitage is the biggest museum in Russia and the second biggest in the world. They have also exclusive interiors that can be rented for the evening galas. On the left-hand side, in the lower corner, you can see Grand Duke Vladimir Palace, where we organize the musical nights and performances as well. They are regularly organized, but they can be also privately rented for your event exclusively. After the corporate events, it's also time to relax and do some relaxing activities. We have plenty of them offered to your guests. Of course, it can be cruises on the Moscow and St. Petersburg rivers, where we can organize dining on board, live music on board. We often use the golf clubs for the events. In St. Petersburg, we have a wonderful golf club that offers a lot of opportunities for corporate and family events as well. And as we go further, of course, I would like to mention that local experience is very important when your guests come here, so that they can know not only our museums, our very rich history and art, but also experience meeting the locals. For the smaller groups, for individuals, we offer you to do the dining with the local family, where they can meet with the new friends, they can try to cook together, they can experience the small talk and get to know the locals better. This is experiences which are unforgettable, that are unique, and I think very important, so that we get to know each other better. Other experiences that we offer are local craft workshops, where they can make their own matryoshka dolls. We currently also cooperate with a jewelry factory in St. Petersburg that helps you to make your own jewelry. And they show their production line also, and this is another interactive thing that can be introduced into your tours. And for the younger generation, we can offer the nightclub experience, the bar crawling experience, where they're accompanied by the local English-speaking guide, and so that they feel secure and comfortable. They're getting acquainted with the nightlife of the cities. In Moscow and St. Petersburg, we have very rich nightlife, perfect dining areas, and a lot of things that are there for them to discover. Another thing that I mentioned is that St. Petersburg is becoming more and more popular international wedding destination, and more and more newlyweds choose us as a place for their wedding photo shoots, because here you can celebrate your wedding not only in the traditional atmosphere of the hotels, but we have plenty of wonderful five-star hotels here in the city that offer amazing halls, but also the backgrounds of our beautiful palaces. As you see on the right-hand side, there's a photo from Catherine's Palace, and you can do photo shoots in most of our museums and palaces. And these are experiences which are unforgettable experiences that they take back home, and we hope that we can cooperate on that as well. And whenever you have any questions, we would be happy to help you and to help you organize these beautiful family events here in Russia. Well, our time is very short and it's running out, but I would be very happy to answer any of your questions in the further days. As you know, we have networking days till the 9th of December. So please connect with our company via the platform. We would be happy to meet you in person via video calls and answer any of the questions that that you might have. Also, if you need any assistance with planning tours to Russia, with itinerary, with destination, like if you need any more photos, videos of the cities, please contact us directly. On this slide, you can see my email and also WhatsApp number. This is WhatsApp number, so you can directly message me on WhatsApp. Please do not hesitate. We are always very open to any questions. And we also have a very detailed itinerary book that I can send you to the provided emails. And again, thank you for your time. I was super happy to be here on this short presentation, and I hope to see you and your guests in Russia very soon. Believe me, winter here in St. Petersburg is not as cold as described, but very beautiful. We already have all the streets decorated, and it's an amazing, magical fairy tale atmosphere here. So please be a part of it. Do not hesitate, and please visit us as soon as possible. Thank you again for your time, and have an amazing day and week ahead of you. Thank you.